Hey guys, I'm at the Woodshed Barber, and today we are going to be talking about a new clipper from a company you may not have heard of, but it's starting to get some buzz, and that is the Suprent Pro Black Obsidian. So guys, this is a company that honestly I had not heard of until they reached out to me and they wanted me to do a review on this. And you know, some of these new clipper companies, these obscure ones that you've never heard of, some of them make some pretty good stuff. So I was like, I gave it some thought, went back and forth, and they sent me the set. And so just opening it up, you can tell it's top quality from the start. It's one of the toughest boxes I've ever tried to open, by the way. It's a very tight fit on that sleeve. But you open it up, and front and center, boom, you've got your clipper, trimmer, two great charging stands. I really like these charging stands. They're high quality, low profile, rubber bottom, just great charging stand. And you open it up, you got both of the trimmer and the clipper, and you can see some familiarity. You can definitely get a hint of the Low Pro FX as far as the inspiration goes for the clipper and the trimmer duo. But you also see some stuff that is very different. So there's a lot to unpack here with this set. You got USB charging, you've got a detachable head. That's a game changer in a lot of ways, even though they didn't come up with it. But, it is what it is. But there's a lot to unpack with this tool. So guys, let's fully get into this.
Pop the hood. 2JZ engine, no shit.
So starting off, let's start with the clipper. The clipper, very nice, comfortable clipper. I like the all black. I like the gloss black and the flat rubber grip. It does have a digital display on it, so you can see right there whenever you turn it on, it turns on, it shows you the percentage left. It does have a lot of power. It's a brushless motor, 7,000 RPMs with a 3-hour runtime. Now, like a lot of these clipper companies are doing now, I don't know why it is, but charging time and charging hours is kind of the same. I don't know why that is. I am not a master's in battery performance. I don't have a doctorate in that kind of stuff, but I do know that oftentimes the way that you speed up a battery charge can also make it possibly unstable. So maybe that's why they're doing this, because if you've not caught wind, there's been some fireworks in the barber industry lately.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Back to this. So the Suprent Pro Black Obsidian, you can tell it is a beautiful tool. That little thumb grip is just perfectly placed. Out of the different clippers I have held like this, whether it be the Low Pro FX, the Low Pro FX1, even the Troll from T-Pub, this is the most comfortable out of all of them. And I think it's because this rubber sleeve right here, the very front and center, and that little dip in the thumb right there. The reason I like that better than the FX1 Low Pro, even though it's more contoured to your hand, having some solid grip there, it just makes a difference. It's hard to explain. It is a bulkier clipper than the new Low Pro FX, but it's nice. As far as power goes, this thing's going through everything. And same thing goes for the trimmer. Same kind of thing. Low Pro feel to it. It still has that same dip right there. It's very quiet. Out of all the trimmers I have like this, it's the quietest one. Very quiet, very powerful. Once again, 7,000 RPMs, 3 hours of battery life. So as far as power goes, guys, this has it. So I would say, and I don't know what it is, I love brushless motors. They're quiet, they're powerful, they're the best of a little bit of best of both worlds. So as far as that goes, I'm gonna say for both of them, 10 out of 10. as far as blades go, this is a packed full conversation, so prepare yourselves. The trimmer, we'll start off with the trimmer because that's the easiest one to talk about. It's kind of like what you've seen with T-Pob, with, Babeless was the first to do that little block right there that you just put it on like a cartridge almost with 2 screws. It's not too sharp. I would say I do think the Gold FX blade is better. I would say the Psycho blade might be better, maybe. I think the Gold FX blade is the best of the cartridge blades like that. But the thing I've noticed about this, and I don't know if they're using a different polymer with the cam follower or maybe just the plastic that holds it on, whatever they're doing. Out of all the trimmers I've got with this kind of like blade cartridge type, that's the best way I know how to call it because it's a fixed, everything's a fixed. Out of all of them, which I've got a few, got the Low Pro, the new red Low Pro, the Kimmy, the FX3. I've got the Filthy Blends bracket on my GTX Exos with the Gold FX blade. Anyway, out of all of them, it's the consistently quietest one. I guess it's something in the plastic, but it's not. I've had these for about a month and a half, and they've not changed at all as far as sound goes. And that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Typically with a lot of the Babeless trimmers I've used, they're really quiet at first, but then hair gets in the mechanism and it gets loud. It hasn't happened with this one. Blade for the trimmer, I would say a 9 out of 10. So it's not as good as the Gold FX, but as far as blades like this, it's pretty stinking good. But then we're going to talk about the clipper. And the clipper, now look, caveat with this. They're copying another company. Definitely taking invention to the nth degree by being a Chinese company or Korean, whatever they are, by not being, not having to abide by copyright rules. They definitely did their own thing, and that's with the blade. You guys recognize that? Snaps on and off like the Revite. Whenever you innovate, people are going to copy and follow suit. What can I say? But with that, I asked them, I said, look, if you guys are sending this to me, send me the extra cartridge. So I've got 2 extra ones here. And this is where this kind of tooling becomes interesting. So it came with a fade blade, generic fade blade. I do not like generic bland fade blades. So I took that off and I put on this Gamma taper blade. And that was a nice change for that. But then they sent me this blade. Now this is a weird one. That's a weird blade, man. It looks like some kind of Decepticon thing. I don't know. But anyway, they sent that to me. And it's got kind of a, in between like a taper / vapor, almost like a wedge type shape to it. On the other cartridge, I put on the Blur blade. And having these capacities to do this is what makes a tool like this interesting. You guys know I praise the Revite, and especially the fact that you can use the Filthy Blends bracket and get that Fat Master blade on there. That's where it's at. But the fact that I can go through and change blade preferences. If I got a super, thin fade blade, I can put that on here. If I've got a taper blade, put that on a different one. And so this way I can just snap through different blade preferences. And it makes it interesting. So for the concept and the fact that the blades that came with it, they didn't do what all the other ones have done and go super skinny on the cutting blade. They actually kept a very solid cutting blade on there, which I think is better for these kind of tools. So blade, infinite possibilities.
Because the way that my bank account is set up, the thing is, I got a checking in the savings, but all my money is in the savings.
The price on the website, I think it says $3.99 for the set. However, it is marked through and says $1.99 for the set. This duo for $200 is a steal. On top of that, this is the first time I've ever been able to say I'm doing this, I've got a discount code. You type in TWB20 in the discount code, it'll get you 20% off of that $200. So, I mean, guys, that's a $40 discount. That's a $40 discount. So you can get this clipper set for $160. Straight up, that's nice. That is nice. So, as far as price goes, I'd say it's a 10 out of 10. This is a great deal.
You're in dire need of an upgrade. Systemic, top to bottom.
We covered the design mostly, and that's where I just got too excited talking about the clipper. As far as all the design stuff goes, it's a well-designed tool. The only complaint I can say I have about the design of the tool overall is with the charging stand. Like I said, I like the charging stand a lot. It's low profile, but whenever you drop the clipper in there, it clicks in just right to not topple over, but you could easily just miss that a little bit. So I wish it did have more of a guard through here, but regardless, it is a very, very nice tool. For as far as both of them go, super simple, but very sleek design. It goes to show you don't have to go overboard with stuff to make it look good. The click lever, super nice. And that's another thing too. The clicks, let's count these. Check this out. So first position, second position, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. There's a lot of in-between movement with this. So the fact that you've got the click lever, I'm sure you can probably take the click out because it's built within the cartridge, but the blade thing itself. So guys, it's a very well designed clipper. The kind of diamond pattern stippling on the back of it, everything from that, the display doesn't look cheap. Sometimes displays can look really cheap. It does not look cheap in this clipper. It is a beautiful clipper, and I like the black with the subtle gold at the top there. That's a nice touch. So design, I'm also gonna say 10 out of 10.
They've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
Now performance, how does it do overall? So this is a clipper that kind of like the Low Pro, kind of like the Troll. It can do it all. It can go through bulk. It can do finesse fading, especially with those tight clicks that it's got, those 6 different detents. Come on. It's super flexible clipper. It can do it all. On top of that, the trimmer, I would say the only thing I wish I could, and I may do this, there's a way that I can fit a Gold FX blade on that trimmer. What you have to do is you have to take off that middle block. You have to take apart a Gold FX blade pretty much and replace that block with the one that's on that, and then you can do that. So I may end up doing that. I don't know. Honestly, I may end up getting one of those blue FX blades and doing that. That looked pretty sweet. And honestly, I'd kind of like to go on those blue FX blades, MIM blades, and put it on one of these cartridges. That'd look pretty sweet too. So we'll see what I do. But regardless, guys, this is a great set. Great tool set. I mean, if you're in the market for, remember, TWB 20 gets you 20% off that $200. So if you want to pay $160 to get a double set, and if I'm not mistaken, I think these extra blade cartridges are like 15 or 20 bucks each. Like I said, boundless possibilities. So guys, I'd say that overall, my final thoughts, this is a win-win. Win for you, win for them, win for all of us. It's a good tool. So the more that we have companies like this popping up and challenging, this is gonna keep Babyliss on their toes. It's gonna keep Andis on their toes. It's gonna keep Stylecraft on their toes if they can stop having clippers that blow up. Just saying. Didn't mean to burn them. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below. Remember, let's keep all of these comments humble and kind. And you may wonder, why do I always say that? Get a little philosophical for a second. I think in most of our problems in mankind, they can be solved with adding humility. Whether it come to science, medicine, politics, religion, barbering. Humility goes a long way because you have to admit that we don't know everything. You know, you got a lot of young barbers on here saying, oh, this method, do this, do this, do this, fade like this. Let me show you my secrets. There's no secrets. People are rediscovering stuff and people are doing this and that. There's no secrets. There's nothing new under the sun. So with some humility and age, I've learned that. I don't know everything. Nobody does. There is no crazy secrets. There's us sharing knowledge. And that's the beauty of the barber community, is if we can keep it humble and keep it kind, we can really transform our community and make us all better without it having to be about competition. So that's my little soapbox on that. But anyway, guys, keep it humble and kind. And as always, I'll check you on the next one.